Welcome to the Soccer Tavern, where we're discussing the history, culture, and philosophy of the beautiful game. My name is Dave, and in this video, we're talking about the history of DeKalb County United. Pull up a seat and let's start the discussion. DeKalb County United is located in DeKalb County, Illinois. DeKalb County is located halfway across the state of Illinois between Chicago and Iowa. Illinois is located in the Midwestern part of the United States. The club competes in the Midwest Premier League, which is a member-run soccer league for elite amateur and semi-professional soccer clubs in the Midwestern part of the United States. U.S. soccer does not have a fully functional pyramid, but the Midwest Premier League is likely the equivalent of a 5th division league if U.S. soccer did have a proper pyramid. DeKalb County United's home ground is the Northern Illinois University Soccer Complex in DeKalb, Illinois. It holds about 1,800 people. DeKalb County United started as a dream that the community of DeKalb could have a local semi-professional soccer club to support. It would also provide a platform for young local players to advance in the game of soccer after high school. In January of 2017, John Hall and Colby Newquist began talking about this idea, how to bring it to life, what the mission would be, and how to fund it. With the vision, no money, but a whole lot of passion, the work began. In the summer of 2017, the club launched as a nonprofit managed by a board of directors. Work began to bring in sponsors, meet with local clubs, and tell the story of what the club would represent for the community. The first round of open tryouts saw 126 players attend as the club was preparing for the 2018 season in the UPSL. And like that, the seed was planted. The club had 254 season ticket holders for its inaugural campaign. Now heading into the club's third season, numerous events have been hosted by the club to engage the community, including youth goalkeeper and striker camps, futsal tournaments, and a street soccer tournament. In 2018, the club also hosted a DKCU Shoots Out Hunger foot darts tournament that raised $5,800 for the charity Move for Hunger. As part of the club's mission, partnerships exist with several local youth organizations at both the rec level and competitive club level in the area. The club strives not to compete with these youth organizations, but rather to support them as each serves its own purpose within the local soccer landscape. The club's origin is a real grassroots success story in American soccer. DKCU's nickname is the Greens. The Greens comes from the green home kits worn by the team. It also helps that local clubs and schools do not wear green, so it is a unique color for the team in the area. The club's crest was drawn by a local artist. At the top of the crest is barbed wire. Barbed wire was actually invented in DeKalb, Illinois in 1873, and the club included it in its crest as a nod to this influential invention. With the strong agricultural history of the area, the yellow soccer ball and leaves underneath look like an ear of corn. The ball is growing from nothing, just like the club. A club like DKCU will never stop growing as long as the community continues to nurture it, and that is the main message of this crest. I'd like to highlight 5 important events in the club's history in this section. The first came on April 4th, 2018, which was the club's inaugural season kickoff party. For the first time, the team, supporters, sponsors, and community members gathered to celebrate the creation of the club. Several hundred people attended, and the club's first ever kits were unveiled at this party. The next event happened 10 days later on April 14th, 2018, when the club held its first ever friendly match. Due to the unpredictable Midwest weather in April, DeKalb County's first ever match was hosted indoors. First-year side Old Boys SC from Indianapolis traveled to DeKalb, and the Greens won 6-0 in front of a full house of 283 people. Carlos Gallardo scored the club's first ever goal. After an undefeated preseason, the club was disappointed to drop its first league match away at Elgin Pumas. But a week later, on May 24th, 2018, the club got its first win. DKCU opened its home stadium for league play and defeated Joliet United 3-1 with 340 in attendance on this day. Late in DeKalb County's first season, it hosted the closest geographical rival of Aurora Borealis Soccer Club. After losing on the road earlier in the season, there was a strong push to fill the stands for this Friday night fixture on July 13th, 2018. Although DKCU would eventually drop the points at home, it had a club record 523 fans in attendance for its first ever blackout game. And the final event I'd like to highlight came on July 22nd, 2018. After a long first season in the UPSL, United hosted Union Dubuque in the last regular season match of the inaugural campaign. The two first-year clubs battled evenly until the 92nd minute when local boy Chad Newquist scored the winner in a scrum in front of goal. 342 fans erupted as DKCU made it a clean sweep against their Iowa rivals. Most importantly, the fans, players, coaches, and volunteer staff moved into the offseason with a positive memory. The club's first supporters group is called the Silo Supporters. Despite relatively small numbers, this group creates a lot of noise at both home and away matches. I'd like to highlight 3 players in this section, and 2 of the players have moved on to professional opportunities. First, I'd like to mention Martin Jimenez. Martin was a big goalkeeper for the club and left United to join the Real Valladolid Academy in La Liga in 2018. The next player I'd like to mention is Leo Lent. Leo left United in 2019 to join Milwaukee Torrent of the NPSL Members Cup. That is an upstart professional league in the United States. And the final player I'd like to highlight is Alberto Beto Martinez. Beto is the club's all-time leader in goals scored with 14. He's also chipped in 7 assists in all competitions. Michael Gassan was brought in as the club's first head coach in late 2017. With strong ties to the community and a long career at the helm of various programs, Gassan became the club's first gaffer and helped put together the initial roster. He led the club to a respectable 5th-place finish in 2018 and improved to a 2nd-place finish in 2019. Gassan remains in charge of the first team heading into 2020. The club has one main rival, Union Dubuque. The two are like-minded clubs with strong commitments to their communities that they represent. Union and United have met 4 times on the field. Off the field, the club's leadership groups work together to share ideas and strategies to make them both stronger. But on the field, this rivalry is quickly becoming one of the best in the Midwest. The stats and records we're about to discuss are as of November 2019, which is when we are recording this video. DKCU spent 2 seasons in the UPSL before making the decision to join the upstart Midwest Premier League for 2020. Through those 2 UPSL campaigns, the club recorded 7 wins, 8 losses, and 3 draws in the league. United are 15-9-5 in all competitions, though. The club's trophy cabinet is currently empty, but the Illinois State Cup and the Midwest Premier League title are both targets for the club in 2020. The club's record goal scorer is Beto Martinez with 14 goals. And a few less interesting facts about the club. In 2020, United will run a men's and women's U23 team in addition to its first team. Not many lower league clubs in the U.S. operate 3 teams, so this is quite impressive from United. Additionally, the club continues to be managed by volunteers. All operational expenses for the club come from sponsors, ticket sales, merchandise, and camps or tournaments run by the club. Lastly, the club has its own beer called 815 Brewnited through the Forage Brewhouse in DeKalb, Illinois. A portion of all beer sales go back to the club. So, there you have it. A bit of history on DeKalb County United. Let's continue the discussion in the comment section below the video. Thanks for stopping by the Soccer Tavern. Hope to talk to you again soon. Cheers!